Hi everybody, this is Odd Samurai, and today I'm gonna be reacting to episode Bleach 1000 Year Blood War, episode 25, I'm pretty sure. And then the next one will be 26. But yeah, I'm going to do both episodes today, but I'm not sure if I'm going to upload them both in the same day. But I'll try. So last week we had a pretty big scene before the opening. So let's talk about it. So I originally thought that the meeting with Yuha and Ichibe there, that was happening in the Serite. Because, from the looks of it, a very zoom out view from above, it looks like the Serite. But no, I'm pretty sure it's whatever it was, the headquarters of the Lichtreich 1,000 years ago. Because when you see inside the building that they're at, you see a version of the Quincy cross in one of the walls. I don't remember how many like sides it has. Maybe 4 or 5. But it's not the one that it's, the modern version. But yeah, so it's actually in the living world, which is actually even more of a big deal that Ichibe went there himself to talk to Yuha. So they talk, and it's basically, Ichibe's telling him, well, if you don't go to, Soul Society and beyond, then we won't do anything to you here, The Quincy Empire can just can thrive and do whatever they want in the world of the living. We won't interfere with what you do here as long as you don't try to, to destroy what Soul Society and the people in the Soul Palaces are trying to keep from destroying. So Ichibe is, is wearing the same outfit, I'm pretty sure, that he's using now. So that begs the question of, or rather, it confirms that Senjumaru was already part of the Squad Zero back then. But I don't know. It'd be interesting if we get actually the exact order of the Squad Zero members from when they joined. We only know that Ichibe was the first. He might have been either before or right after the Soul King was born. That's how old he is. And then obviously Hikifune is the youngest one, having joined 100 years ago. But yeah, he's wearing a Shihakusho, I'm pretty sure. And then, but yeah, Yuha's basically saying, nah, I'm not doing that. Something smells fishy here, You're trying to deceive me in some way. And Ichiba's like, oh, because Yuha also says, oh, don't treat me like a baby. And it's like, well, I mean, that was not my intention, but, I mean, there's a lot of things you don't know, so you might as well be. And then I think Ichibe, intentionally lets Yuha see the flashbacks or the past of the Soul King when he was basically mutilated. That's most of it, if not, most of it, I'm pretty sure we already saw with what Ichigo was looking at or getting during the Irasusando walk. But the only thing that's new, I think, it's Ichibe holding the Soul King in his arms and looking quite ominous. Now, I don't know what I'm supposed to get from that. Is Ichibe, not necessarily, happy or something, like, oh yes, finally we got you where we wanted you. But more so, like, just cold pragmatism, like how we've known him since he was introduced. So like, this is how it's going to be. I don't feel any regret. So, I'll just take whatever consequences come from this. And yeah, I wonder if the Soul King gave him the left arm willingly, or if Ichiro took it himself, regardless of what the Soul King wanted. And I'm not sure if I'm like talking about this in like chronological order, but I just rewatched the scene today, and I don't have it memorized. But then I think this is when you start talking about, like, oh, I feel the pain and everything about, all the people and their souls that come back to me. So at first I thought he was just gathering reishi to be able to use the Almighty in that moment. And he was just saying that, well, just to let Ichibei know what it is that he's, what's a part of the motivation that he's doing this, because he did not know beforehand about the Soul King, how he, in the state that he was in, and how he came to be that. But yeah, he's saying that, and then as he's saying that, he can feel the pain and misery and all that when people die, we see, the Ryatsu of people, I'm guessing, obviously, Quincy, that are dying left and right, and they're coming back to him. And he feels that. And yeah, that would, I wouldn't say it's empathy, but it's a sort of, he's literally feeling their agony. So that's also what drives him to be like, yeah, I don't want anymore the concept of death or people fearing death. It's more it's as much as it is to doing it for others as it is for doing it for himself, as, that contributes as that being also pain and fear for him. And then I think the Quincy girl tries to attack first, and then Ichibe just blocks it with a hand, the other hand, the right one. But I do wonder if the Mimihage, he also has the Mimihage there. But then Yuha activates the Almighty, tries to attack Ichibe, and then, grabs his arm, and then like a sort of blood starts invading it. But then Ichibe, like, jumps away, but then Yuha actually gets the arm there. And just from the way that Ichibe says it, makes it seem as if he wanted Yuha to have it, but maybe it was just something that, he needed to do that in order to get something from Yuha, which was to seal the Almighty. It's not that he stole it, but that it was basically, like, kept dormant somewhere in there, because Ichibe says, it'll never wake up. And, until your death, you will not be able to use it again. So there was no time limit on that. Yuha was never meant to have it back. So, yeah, that's definitely not how that went. But, yeah, Ichibe basically just leaves after that. And, of course, Yuha's like, well, now we gotta invade Soul Society after everything that I've just learned. And, yeah. Then we go back to the present, and we get the Hashwalth scene, which was already poignant with what we knew from like Kid for Your Own World and then the end of the manga. But this definitely gives it more weight. And then Yuha saying basically like, oh, don't feel sorry for me. I don't feel anything for this dilapidated grave or something. Then we get the opening. That was a pretty meaty scene, but I really wanted to talk about it because it's such a big deal. Then we get a little bit, Ganju shows up to Ichigo's group, and then they go up, or start going up. And some characters see them take off. Then we see Yuha, Hashwalth, and Ishida, walk in there trying to go up in the palace. But then Senjumaru intercepts them, which is different because in the source material it was Kirinji who showed up first, and then tried to use his Shikai. But here, no sight of Kirinji. And we get Nyanso, and then gets killed pretty easily. I mean, I'm completely fine with that. Who cares about Nyanso anyway? Then she throws him over the edge with the platform that they're standing on. And then we get the Royal Guard, the Shuffle. And we get Senjumaru bringing a big guard guy. But then Pernida just disposes of it pretty quickly. And then, boom, Lilith shoots Senjumaru. And then Pernida also, gets just contorts her corpse. Oh, what it looks like her corpse. Very much the same way that she did with Nyanso, which is kind of neat. It makes it seem like the shoot Staffel kind of did it because, they got kind of mad that she did that to Nyanso. Then Lily shoots all the palaces, or what he thinks are the palaces. And then boom, it's not. It was a trap. And then they're actually in a cage of wood, or it looks like wood, but it's, reishi. That Hikifune made. And then the actual palace, it's somewhere else, where Ichibe is. Then we get pretty much everyone's introductions, and then Nimaiya shows up, and then he basically one-shots every shoot Staffel, and then boom, Yuha. I thought it was Yuha at first, but maybe not actually. Since I'm pretty sure now that it was Ishida actually, or that basically a button gets thrown outside of the cage, and then Yuha swaps places with it. So I'm pretty sure that was Ishida using the antithesis on him, so that he could be able to get out of the cage, which is new. So, they changed it. I'm pretty sure they changed it so that it was Yuha fighting with Ichibe, and that being taking place where the Squad Zero and Shoot Staffel fight. And that's basically where it ends. Yuha about to fight Ichibe. Now, I don't know how this is going to go, since he hasn't done the Aushwallen, because he has to do that in order for the Shoot Staffel to, stand up again and then be able to fight. Or, are Ishida and Hashwalth gonna do something before that happens? I'm not sure. But I have seen the illustrations that Kubo made for the episodes today. And I saw Robert, Meninas, Candice, and Nana were counted in the illustrations for whenever a character dies. So I don't know how that works. I know for sure Robert dies, so that scene's gonna be here. But all the other three are all alive, technically, in Can't Fear Your Own World, so I don't know what's gonna happen with that continuity. But yeah, I've been talking way too much. Let's just jump into it in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. 1, 2, 3. Oh, it's raining red droplets. Oh, great. This guy. I was hoping they would get rid of his existence. It's completely unnecessary. Hey, my girl! Hiyori! Oh, I'm so glad she's here. I love her relationship with Urahara. Mm. Oh, I love this moment. She knows him so well. She can just see right through him. Mm. She knows how pragmatic he can be. I if you're a Yushido fan, I'm sorry, but I do not care one bit for him. Mm. Yeah, this is what I didn't like about you. Mm. And oh, the fact that you cannot see the expression that he's making while she's saying that. Oh, it's such a poignant scene. Because Urahara knows. She knows that she hit everything right on the bullseye. And he just won't repeat it. And maybe he feels a little bit ashamed of that, you know? That he is the kind of person that would go and sacrifice a long-time friend if it meant everything stays, you know, as he thinks it should be, you know, as protecting the status quo. Yeah. Man, the relationship is so interesting. I wish we had more scenes with those two. I hope they add more scenes, but I doubt it. それで行きたい Can't kill my vibe, oh baby, burning out now like a shooting star. Can't kill my vibe, oh baby, burning out now like a shooting star. And the thing is, though, because, you know, from Turn Back the Pendulum, is that Urahara didn't always used to be like that. Or at least with Hiyori, he expressed regret, you know, when he sent her on that mission when she turned into a Visor. He felt so bad. Like, he genuinely does care for her. Let's go. Oh. Oh, damn. Okay, this is definitely new. The guy with black hair. I mean, the blondie. Ooh, this music. Yeah, this fight is so cool. Oh, yo! Is this... I love the way they're doing this, his power. Oh, yeah, the giant hand. Oh! Sendri. Oh, yeah, he lost his voice. Boom! This is such an epic OST. I always thought he said voice in English, because like the shrift of the V. Yeah, that was clever. And if it would injure himself. I mean, everyone is a little kid when it comes to HB. Oh, oh, okay, nice. Oh, let's go. Hashwalth's gonna try and fight Nimaya. Weird. The trees are just breaking down. Oh, okay, I guess. With the balance, he just balanced things to his favor. I mean, Hashwell's powers broken, so it's basically like, nah, you. This is really cool. Oh, yo! Ishida getting in on the action. Oh, yo, let's go! What does Kimpika do? Yo! I can't believe this is actually happening! Oh, yo, is the death dealing taking effect? Yeah, asking my boy! He is getting a little bit of a spotlight. I don't think he's getting everything from, like, what was it? He got a whole chapter of this. I don't think everything is going to be adapted to make room for the new stuff. But we'll see. Yeah, poor Askin, man. Every time he uses the death dealing, he always has to be, because he got hit by an ability. And he's always, on the verge of death, but he can't quite actually die by that. Okay. I'm pretty sure they removed, like, the first page of explanation where it's just a narrator talking about, lethal doses. Mm. Yeah, it's not like this feels nice to Askin. Yo, that was cool, the way that they showed Ishida using Hirenkyaku. Oh? Yo, let's go. Just seeing a Squad Zero also doing stuff, it's just pretty neat. Yo, what? She got an umbrella? Yo, Kirinji, Nimaya needs you. He needs the water. This is really cool, though. I like the animation. And, like, the camera movement. Yo, let's go! Kirinji definitely getting some recognition now. Yo! He made Hashwalth bleed that much? Hmm. Yeah, he feels like a very regular guy. It is. No. Right. He's trying to take the blood out, the one that is, lethal for him. Mm. Hmm. Damn, Askin really knows his math. Yo, he looks really good here. Denjiro! Damn. Yeah, so now that Askin is gonna go down, now I'm guessing Yuha's gonna look down here and be like, oh, Aushwallen. Now you're the coolest, Askin! Ooh, this OST. I'm guessing she also made the umbrella. Ooh. Ooh, Ishida, be careful. This feels a little better. This is what I would have expected from a Squad Zero fight. Right. Oh, yeah, him. Mm. That's cool. I just Ichibe's whole power is just very creative. Mm. Oh, damn. Oh, oh, well. Oh, cool. The visors. I hope they get to do more than they get in the manga during course 3. Oh, yeah, right. Yeah, we should get this scene. It's still weirdly sexual. Oh my god, the voice acting for Zombieta is really good. Completely different from when she was alive. Damn. Damn, the way Giselle's eyes are just glowing in the dark. I guess it helps to make her more creepy. Although just the way she acts, it's creepy on its own. Like this. Freaking two-faced. Just psychopath. Mm. Whoa. Okay, that's a little scary. He's dead, yeah. Yeah, but she should still be alive. Mm. That's cool. I don't remember Soldat being in this scene. Is he gonna... Okay, yeah. Oh. There wasn't a... Was there any condition for him doing this before? Or did they add this for the anime? It looks really good, though. The way it looks like a... Like a black hole. I think Ishida was just mildly injured, though. I don't think he was near death. Ooh, the bells? The church bells? Oh. Ooh, yeah, and yeah, she's gonna save Giselle here. Oh, yeah, they're losing their ball standing. Mm. Oh, these two. I like that we actually got to see them. Ooh. Ooh, yo, that Yuki Aoi voice acting? Yes. Ooh, Basby. They kept this? Like, it doesn't make sense that he reacts like that, considering his backstory. Nice. I always like those panels of them. Oh, he's gonna go his way to take Aizen outside. Also, I just realized there was no Robert confronting Lil Toto before Aushwallen happened. So we didn't even see a glimpse of him. Yo, justice for Robert. Oh, the shoot staffel now getting the bull standing as they're waking up. Yeah. But it's to, yeah, help the ones that he actually needs up here. Aushwallen. Ish. Ooh. The master. I hope we get to actually see the revived Schutzstaffel, how they defeat the Cirrus God. I'm guessing we will. And that's why we're not going to get all of Yuha versus Ichibe. But yeah, I'm still. What? They got completely rid of Robert's presence in, the Aushwallen scene. That's also where we find out his name. Is he just. We didn't even see him get hit by the light of it. Maybe it's gonna be in the next episode. I don't. There's definitely a very specific subsection of the fandom that is very fixated on Robert and BG9 for the shrifts. But honestly, I was just like, oh, they're adding all these scenes for Robert before this episode. But now we don't get his most important one. But, well, besides, shooting Kyuraku in the eye. Poem or after credits? After credits. Ukitake? Damn, okay, I was thinking that is going to be this scene. That's a very Ukitake response. Is this? Yeah, this is definitely the first time we see him in the second invasion. Okay, Kamikake mention. I hope Ukitake gets to be more than just a sacrificial lamb. Oh, Kyoraku. He definitely knows what's going to happen to Kitake. But he doesn't want to, act all emotional about it. He's just like, oh, Senjumaru poem. It's the title is just black. Makes sense. Ichibe's ability. Illustration is Hashwalth and Ishida. But yeah, I was saying that Kyoraku is, is trying to act all casual and he's like, oh, all business like usual. But obviously he's just pretending like it is. Because he doesn't want to, show Ukitake, something that would make him, weaken his resolve to do what he's going to do. But yeah, you can tell definitely by the way that the shadows are in his face and we don't see his eyes, that he obviously, he knows what's coming, and he just can't bear to look at Ukitake's face as he's saying, I'll see you soon again. He knows that's not true. I've seen people say Kubo messed up by making Kyoraku be so casual about this, but I don't think he's being casual. I think he's trying to act casual, and he's failing at it. I do Man, what are Kubo's plans for Okitake? Like, obviously he's going to die. That's not gonna change. But he better give him a better build up to it. And he better show Kyoraku having some type of reaction to it. Even though he had already basically sealed himself for that. But yeah, this episode was pretty damn good. Holy shit. Oh man, this might be definitely top 3 episode of Core 2 for sure. But yeah, we got the visors that have been in the world of the living show up, and rendezvous with Urahara. I already said everything I wanted to say about that scene in regards to what it means for the Urahara and Hiyori's characters. I could try and do more, but I feel like I got enough. I love those two so much. Like I said, I hope they get more scenes together. And I still think that the reason that Urahara showed up at the Yoruichi and Askin fight is because of what Hiyori told him here. And he was like, oh damn, she's right. I don't want to sacrifice my friends, or at least I don't want to, not be able to do anything about that. So let me go and help out in one of the fights. So he went to Yoruichi because what he told him, like, actually stuck with him. But yeah, we get to the fights up in the royal palace. And we first get Ichibe versus Yuha. And Ichibe is more so, at least it looks like to me, like he's kind of playing with Yuha. It's just all the taunts as well. Like, I feel like he could have definitely tried to do more lethal maneuvers than just, giant hand slapping you away. But he seemed pretty confident that, if you have went through the, 60, 70 something layers between the royal palace and the Sarate, that he would have died without having oaken clothing. And you have seemed to think that as well. Now, whether it's that or whether it would have taken way too much time to come back, that he seemed to find it worthy enough to, like, injure himself and use an arrow to shoot himself back up. But yeah, that's from what I remember, pretty much the same as it was in the manga. The thing though with, like, the all the trees and, like, the top half of the cage, of the wood cage, just basically destroying itself, which is obviously Hashwalth's doing, using the balance. That's obviously all new. And then Kirinji fighting a Hashwalth was definitely something I was not expecting, but it was very welcome. I still am not sure though what Kipika does, other than emit very strong light. But he mostly just seemed to be using the hot springs waters. And then we had Ishida actually joining the fray and fighting against Senjumaru. That was a pretty cool fight. It's definitely, the anime definitely, by making him do this extra things, definitely, helping out Yuha more than he needs to. Or, just doing more, really. But, I mean, it makes sense, obviously, because he wants to keep everyone's trust there and be like, yeah, I'm on your side, therefore I should, help out here and defeat a Squad Zero. But I wonder if, if he was actually trying. I would guess yes, because Squad Zero would still attack him nonetheless. So he was definitely, well, I will survive, but I'm like, in his heart, his heart was definitely not in it, for sure. But yeah, this is definitely more, like, gives more vibes of like, oh, is Ishida truly on their side? What's happening? And I like it. It definitely, makes the viewer suspect him at least a little. From how much more of a participation he has. Then we get Askin, and I'm pretty sure his fight with Nimaya is cut down. Not by too much, but it is cut down. But everything, all the essentials are there. Which, I mean, at least they kept it. I was a little nervous that they would cut out that whole chapter. But no, my boy Askin got to shine a little, which is cool. Because, all the other, he's the only one of the shoot staff that was actually still standing this episode. Before the Aushwallen, so, Aushwallen. And then we see Senjumanu basically stop Ishida's arrows with a handmade umbrella, which is definitely very cool to see how many different ways you can use her abilities of basically sewing, and also all her hands are actually pretty useful in combat. I mean, you would expect, right? But since we don't really actually see her fight other than defeating the Yansol in the manga, it's hard to say how she fights. And yeah, Hikifune, I guess she was just hanging out, just making sure no one got out of the cage, because there was no one to fight her one-on-one. And then we get the rest, well, not the rest, but some more of the Yuha versus Ichiban. And even though Yuha kinda, for most of this fight, kinda seems like, a little bit of like, a brat, trying to win against an adult. This is actually, to me, the coolest Yuha is in the whole series. Because he doesn't feel like, stomping everyone, and just everything just seems so above him after he gets the Almighty. So this is when we actually, the last time we get to see, him actually trying. So that's I like to see that. And then we go back to the ground in the Serate. We see Giselle beating the shit out of Bambieta and taking her blood out of Zombieta. Then Lul Toto shows up, and then she's like, oh, of course you're here. And then she tells her what happened to Candice and Meninas. And then Giselle says something interesting, that it's something like, oh, do you really believe that Yuha is going to come back for us? And even they got sold at waiting for them, for orders. Yeah, do you really think he'll come back? And Toto makes a face at that. And I'm like, yeah, Toto really doesn't believe that, but, she's kind of holding out for hope. And then we see Yuha activate their Valen, and then pretty much every queen there either dies or gets their Aushwallen taken from them. And that's pretty much, it's technically, oh no, okay, no, it's not the same. But there are some parts that are the same. Although I do wonder, because we see Meninas and Candice, I think Meninas is helping Candice, like she's kind of like carrying her, and then the light hits them, but it's kinda hard to say whether that killed them. I'm gonna say yes. But we'll see how Kubo approaches that. Considering, Kurotsuchi gets their corpses in Kid Furion world. And they're basically his zombies for a while. So yeah, I'm guessing they're dead, and he's just gonna revive them. But yeah, the way that Yuha does the Aushwallen, that's, I'm pretty sure, new. And just, I think asking also gets, either asking or Hashwalth get some new lines when they get basically revitalized. But yeah, this I did not expect this to become such a long video. But there was a lot to talk about. So yes, I will see you probably in a little bit, but I don't know how long it'll be for you. So yeah, I'll come back to episode 26 fairly soon. But until next time, see ya.